Yeah. Hello, my people, my beautiful and handsome viewers. Welcome to my platform, Timo Starboy, Reality Talk TV. Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And for those people who have already sleeping, good night. Yeah, I greet you at your location time. You are welcome to my platform, Timo Starboy Channel Blog. So we're about to start now. Let's look on today's update. Update, flashing news. What's going on the internet. As you can see, this is Nigeria problem. Nigeria katakata. It never finish. It just be like pass me my neighbor Jen. I pass me my neighbor Jen because na wahala they bring. Na wahala e dey bring because when you dey accuse your neighbor say e no pass you. E no pass you for aloku gen, that is a fairly used gen. So you go vex, go buy new one, say no, you pass am, e no pass you, so the wahala go just burst. So na go begin drag am. So this matter of Nigeria is a dragging zone. As we all know that that place, the problem will never finish until we do the needful. Until we do the needful. And the needful we need to do now is to separate that place, to break that everything, all what is that nonsense things as they are doing. We should just break it up. We should break it up and let everything settle. That is only the way that we can go. In as much as we are still together, because we know we are not the same. We are totally different people entirely in this planet. We are entirely different people. We are not fit to marry each other. We are not fit to stay together. Just like Palestinian and Israelite, they are still fighting. They are still fighting under their own grudges. So just like that, you can never see a God fairly good people, God fairly good person, and the devil people to stay together. It can never happen. If you look at the God own kingdom too, he sent away the devil out of his kingdom because he cannot pertain with him. He cannot maintain with him. He cannot manage with him. That is why he sent him out of his kingdom, because his behavior is not good. The way he's behaving, the way he's doing all sort of nonsense, atrocity, all this criminality, God doesn't like it. He doesn't love it. That is why he sent him away out of his side. So this is Nigeria, the same thing. There's a lot of atrocity, a lot of bad people, a lot of evil people, and they are mingled with good people. The people that they are feeling of humanity, they are ready to do things straight. They are ready to make a good living. In terms of humanitarian, they want to be helping. But some people, they are gullibles. They are so wicked and self-centered that it is only me. If not me, nobody else. That is what is in their heart. They have sold their soul. They sold their soul to the devil. They have sold their mind to the devil. So they can never repent. They can never repent. Anything you tell them, in as much as the devil heart, the devil mind is seen in them, they will never change. There is no amount of advice. There is no amount of consolidation you make for them. There is no amount of preaching. They will never hear you because their heart is for the devil. They have sold their soul to the devil. So that is what it means. You cannot pray for those people. You cannot say that God changed their mind, because If God can change the devil mind, he will also change their mind. And in as much as God cannot change the devil mind, he send him out of his side. He send him away out of his side. Say, you can never change. And he doesn't trust you. So you need to go. So this is how the people is. This they are messengers. They are servant. The servant of devil. They can never change. Their mind can never change. So we need to part away from them. That is what we are saying. We need to part away. We need to break everything down, We break it down and we amend the pieces. We start all over. Because this conjunction we have, it is the blame of Westerners, these white people, all this white supremacy. They are the one who put us in this junction in the first place. And we should know how to go out from the exit. We should know our exit. We should know our exit. If you know how we enter the door, we enter the room through the door, we should know how to find our exit. Because this kind of conjunction we are in the darkness, a lot of us. Me, I'm not in the darkness. Me, I've seen the light. That is why I'm talking to you people like this. That is why I opened this program, to be advising you, to be sharing light to what you cannot see, to tell you that this is the way, this is the road, get out of the bush, get out of the swamping area. This is the clean road we should follow. So I'm not in the darkness. I've seen through the light. So I'm sharing that light to you guys to see through. So that's why this program is all about. If you don't know the meaning, you might be saying that we are just talking from morning till night. We are talking, we don't talk sense. It is you that you don't have sense. If you are thinking, if your reasonable is like that, if your mindset is like that we don't have job, we are just talking, we sat behind the camera, we are talking, we are just wasting our saliva. It is you that you don't have sense. The sense, your sense of human, your sensibility has been washed away. Because if you are listening and attentively to what you are saying, you will grab some sense, you will grab some message from it. If you just cool down your body, you let your body settle down, and you open your ear to your ear, your inner ear or your physical ear, and you open your eyes, you will see through. You will see through what you are talking about. You cannot just condemn that we are just talking, because we want to liberate you people. We want you to see what you cannot be able to see, the darkness that put you through. Because you are still believing you are in one Nigeria. The Nigeria that never happened. It never existed. It never exists. It never. It's a fraudulent. It's a mistake. It's a energy. That is no way, no good product. Because you cannot build a house on surface. Something like you say you want to build a house and there's no foundation, there's nothing to do as a foundation for the ground, nothing you put on the ground. You want to put your house on the surface. How manage? How can that stand? How can that your building stand on the surface, when you are not in the moon? Even in the moon self, your house will come down. You cannot build it on the surface. You can only fly for a while and it will come down, It will totally come down and collapse. So that is it. So you build the Nigeria on the surface and it will come down. Eventually it will come down. It will totally come down. That is the message for you. For those people that they are not with their senses, they are not with their IQ. They don't know how to reason. They don't know how to think for themselves. They don't know how to do things for themselves unless they tell them to do it, unless they tell them go this way, go that way, pushing them like a goat, like a cow, you know. As Buhari is naming you as his cow is better than you people. Muhammadu Buhari, he say his cow is listening to him than you people. So it's just like say you are equal to his cow, you know. So that is it. So unless you grab what we are saying to you, because we came here to liberate you with our words, our message. It is not that we come by ourselves. It is God is speaking through us. Because whenever I come to this my platform, whenever I come to face this camera, I come with a clean God mind to come and tell you something that will be tangible, something that will be useful for your life. Not that we're just splitting saliva, not that we're just talking, we are just open our mouth and close it. If you settle yourself, you settle your brain and listen to our program, you listen to what we are talking about, you will know, you find out that there is a lot of message, a strong one. It is your own partaking, your own doing, you know. It is your own doing, it is your own assignment to just listen to what we are talking about here, you know. Just listen. Our own is to say it, our own is to explain to you, to analyze it, you know, to send you the message. It is you have to digest it on your own. You just think, put it in your memory, in your good memory, not the one that is fluctuating, that the one that is always maybe spoiled, you know. Let me put it that way. Maybe your memory is not working again. It has been, you know, damaged. So put it the one that is working, the one that is working well, you know. So you will find the reasonable on what we are saying. You will find something tangible. It is not all our word that is not good. Because some people will say, no, you are just talking and nothing can be done. It will be done. In God's way, everything is possible. There's nothing God cannot do unless if he doesn't want to do it. There's nothing impossible in the way of God Almighty. There's nothing impossible. It's a possible. Everything he created is possible. It is you have to find that word. You have to find that way to make it possible. You know? Anything. If you say, this is impossible, because you are not trying. You are not trying enough. And you never even move. When you move, you know, you move your body, you will know it's possible. You know it's possible. You move your body with your mind. You know, with your mind that God gives to you, with your senses, you know everything God created is possible. So that is what we are talking about here. So this problem that you selected a wrong person, you selected a wrong president, you will know totally that it will be doing a wrong thing all along. You will be doing a wrong thing every day, every time. Every time he make a move, the wrong thing he will be doing. There's no doubt about that. Because it's a wrong channel. It's a wrong channel you people are watching. It's just like somebody is watching porno. You are watching where they are naked. They are open this thing. So what can you gain from there? If not sex. What can you gain? You cannot gain anything. You cannot gain, say maybe you want to make a learning of good things. It's only sex. You know, it's only about sex, about maybe how to, you know, to handle your woman, or the woman will be handling his her husband. You know, so that's only one thing in that channel. So you are watching entire the wrong channel all the time. If you are watching the right channel, you will know that your life is at stake. Your life is on fire. Your life, they are just making it as a ludo. You know that ludo game, like a dice. They are dicing your life all around. They are just dicing it. You know, they are throwing dice. You know, that is how they are throwing your life. They are just throwing it around. You know, if you hit, you hit. If you don't hit, you know, if you don't make six, if you you know, that is how. Any situation you find yourself, that is what they want. You know, so they are not for you. They are not for your agenda. They are not to help you out of your equation you are. You know, out of the gallon of oil, whether na oil or water, you sabi. So the gallon you have put yourself, the cage, the darkness cage you have put yourself, they are not ready to help you out to see the light. They don't want you to escape. You know, that is what they call modern slave trade. It's still going on. If you don't know, we will tell you. The modern slave trade is still going on. You know, it's still going on. It's going on all over the world, but the area, like all this Africa, is too much. Even here, they are still practicing some, but it's not the percentage is so low. But in Africa, the percentage is high. When we are talking about 100%, let's say like 80%, you know, that is high is going, you know, 80% to 85. But here, maybe we can say like 20, you know, out of 100. They can say 20 or 15, you know, let's cut it down, you know. But it's still going on everywhere. Even in America, you know, there are still some slave, you know, because they will still buying slave. Okay, this is a housemaid, it, and you know, they will be maltreating them, you know. They will not give them the right. They will not give them the full benefit. So it still happen. It still happen. You know, talk about this tax cut. You know, they will tax on your head, tax everything. Your food you buy, the food you bought from the supermarket, they will tax it. Your salary, they will tax it. They will tax your car, tax your house, tax everything, tax all goddamn things in your life. This is a form of a slave. They don't even give any room for you to breathe. You know, they don't give any room. You know, so this is a form of a slave we are talking about. They will tax everything, anything you are buying. If you bought any smallest things at the supermarket or convenience store, the tax is there, 10%. Some place maybe 11%. It depends. So this is how they are scrutinizing your life. You know, this is how they put their two hands in your neck. Say they will be choking you till you die. They will be choking you. We even have a little reasoning with these people because they don't have mineral resources. You know, this is how they generated their money and to take care of their country. You know, and they are showing what they are doing to their people. We still give them credit for that. But what about Africa? They have gold, they have oil, they have everything, silver, bitumen, you know, things that God gave for free. Things that God just give you for free. Not for, He didn't give others a country. He gave you for free. But you are still making tax. You know, does that make a sensible things? Does that make a sensible things? This is meaningless. It's totally wickedness. You are generating oil, gas, everything, you know. It's free of charge. Why can't you use that one to maintain your country? You are still putting tax on people's head. That is useless things, you know. It's useless. It's so ridiculous, you know. It's so barbaric. So this is how they are just using your life for dicing, you know. They are just making your life as a game and to benefit their own need, to make their own satisfaction. So this is the light we are sharing to you to know. It's the truth. Go and find it out. Go and do your research. We know what we are talking about. It's real. You know, this is not a joke platform. It's not a joke page. What we are experiencing is what we are bringing to you. What we have seen is what we are bringing. You know, it's not just we are just concoctions. Some we just make it up. You know, some story that it doesn't happen. This is what happened. That is why you need to sit your brain down, cool your brain down, and listen attentively to what we are saying, the message we are passing through. It will be good in your life. It will make your life better if you are listening attentively. Not that you will be ignorant, you know, ignorant fools that you say all the time, this one is just talking, you know. You not be patient. You not take any to jot our something that you are gaining, to jot it down. You not have a Jordan to put it in your memory book that let me just check, or let me go and cross check, you know, let me go and examine it whether it's true or not, whether you go for Google or you think on your head, you know, beyond a reasonable doubt. You never do that. You never do anything researchable. You just condemn the word. Oh, is just talking, and you move on like that. And your life is on gambling. You know, they are gambling your life around. That is why you cannot make it straight. And after you will be saying, it's very tough, this and that. You know, your life is not good. Your life is not straight because you too, you are part of your problem. You are part of your problem in this scenario. You know, in these circumstances, you are part of your problem because you never do any research. You never think. You never put your brain down to think about the next step, the next solution, you know, and to inspire some people, you know, to graduate from the problem. But you never find the solution unless you put another problem on your own palaver, on your own problem, you know. You put problem on top of your problem because of your ignorance. Anyway, you know, we will be talking our own. We will be deliver our message, you know. Either you like it, either you take it, or you leave it. It's for your own problem. So your problem will be rolling until you get it right. That's all I got to say to you. So let's play this video for today. So you will see how your ignorance is partaking your life, you know. Let me give you this one first. Okay, I'm going. Sorry, let me back. I think I don't know. I will play two video if I can finish it. We are lucky, but if I can't, I will continue another day. There's another update. There's another day, you know, because this case, I told you already that it's going to be season film. We cannot finish watching it. Nigeria is a season film already because the atrocity that is going on there is just popping up. Every day is popping up, you know. It never go away. And it's not showing the sign to go away. This one is okay. Which one I should play? Okay, let me play this Okonkwo. This okay.
Before the end of his tenure, and cowardly because they are scared of doing the right thing. He still went back to the National Assembly that has been described as rubber stamp to amend the same law to shift the commencement date to June after he had left office. Let me say it clearly that the oil subsidy, even as presently constituted, is still a fraud.
Hold on. I want to make sure that I start from the...
Welcome. Do you wonder why you keep...
Sorry.
Sheil Garba just said regarding the fact that they kept this back because he said they were going to remove oil subsidy 18 months before the end of his tenure.
Okay.
And cowardly because they are scared of doing the right thing. He still went back to the National Assembly that has been described as rubber stamp to amend the same law to shift the commencement date to June after he had left office. Let me say it clearly that the oil subsidy, even as presently constituted, is still a fraud. Let me say this thing, and I say it humbly and respectfully. I am aware that some time ago that these people were given a lot of money to protect our oil pipelines and
please share our program.
Bunkering
God will
stocks.
bless you.
Is it not ridiculous that they are coming back to blame
Share
the army
and leave your
after
comment.
taking huge money from the Federation, that the army is still stealing the oil? No.
Sorry, let me go this way. Why you just jump into the... Sorry guys. Sorry, I'm still trying to adjust it. This is a commercial.
On the Rise News again, Kenneth. Good to see you.
Okay.
So, thank you very much. Let's get started. Thank you, viewers at home, for joining us. Awesome. Good to see you, looking good. So let's get started. What's your response or your thoughts to what Sheil Garba just said regarding the fact that they kept this back because they wanted the current president to win the election? What's your thought about that? Well, that explains the whole thing about the philosophy behind the party APC. The only thing they think about is the next election, not the next generation. That a man came to power proclaiming subsidy as fraudulent and still sustained the fraud for 8 years just because he doesn't want to lose an election tells you the whole failure that has become APC. As a matter of fact, the present leader, whom he purportedly put in office, said the financial system under his regime was rotten. Don't take my words for it. Take the words of the person he said he installed. Now, what I am saying is that if he had been a statesman, what he would have been thinking about is the next generation. Let me tell you, this same president went to National Assembly and promulgated a law called PIA. And in this law, he said they were going to remove oil subsidy 18 months before the end of his tenure. And cowardly, because they are scared of doing the right thing, he still went back to the National Assembly that has been described as rubber stamp to amend the same law to shift the commencement date to June after he had left office. Let me say it clearly that the oil subsidy, even as presently constituted, is still a fraud. And I give you my reason. You said you have removed oil subsidy. There was no time in history that they told us that they were paying 215 naira to subsidize oil per liter. So even if, assuming without considering, that they even said they are paying 250 naira, 250 naira plus 185 gives you about 435. So you mean you are making profit of more than 100 naira to punish the people that have been so traumatized? Because the fuel price now is 537. So this APC, in addition to thinking about only election, cannot and do not have what it takes to think about the next generation. And let me put it clear. The former president said they won an election. I respectfully want to say, Mr. President, you were simply implementing the official position of your party before you left office, which is grab power at all costs, snatch it at all costs, fight for it at all costs, and run away with it. They simply ran away with the power that they did not win. And I don't take my word for it. Take the words of one Abdullahi Bangura, the chairman, Sierra Leone Political Parties Regulatory Commission. He said before the election, everybody that was anything in Nigeria supported the P2B. But when the election came differently, P2B called for calm and saved his country from chaos and chose the legal option. Nigeria is the only country where somebody that was supported by everybody that is anything in the country will be declared that he lost. But thank God he's a statesman. He was thinking about the next generation and he called for calm, remembering that no politician's ambition is worth the blood of a Nigerian citizen. Let those that want to grab it at all costs continue. They will have an expiry date. But I tell you that the election is won by somebody that even the international community knows that he won. And even every Nigerian knows that he won. So subsidy is still a scam. And the last president that ran a rotten financial system does not have what it takes to tell us who won the election. At the appropriate time, the world will say who won the election.
Well, thanks for that, Kenneth. And it's a bit of mental whiplash as well, because as we remember during the campaign trail, the former president had the body language, it seems, that didn't really read that he wanted this current president to win. There was also the introduction of the the Naira change policy, which was a complete, it was something, and it caused quite a bit of chaos for the campaign. Of course, it was reversed. Either way, APC and their spokespersons are saying, etc. Garba Shehu also did defend Buhari for taking off some subsidies. He included, let me get the list of it, the electricity subsidy, the fertilizer subsidy, the Hajj Christian pilgrimage subsidies, cooking gas, etc. Should those be taken into regard?
You know, anytime I hear about subsidy, anytime I hear about helping the people, I immediately chuckle. Because subsidy is now a nomenclature with which the ruling class used to defraud the people. You heard him also when he established the social investment scheme. And he said he was going to take 100 million people out of poverty. But he ended taking 133.3 million people into poverty. Because the purported sharing of the money
was
not
a
to the
disaster.
poor, but to the rich. And that is why I do not want to hear anything about sharing the money. I want to hear, if you say you have removed subsidy, I want you not to increase my electricity tariff. Because the only reason you say we should absorb the subsidy is because you said you will use it for electricity. You will use it for roads. You will use it for water. I came out from my house, the light was dark. And you want to increase tariff. Then what are you using for the subsidy? I do not want to hear sharing of money. Please, use this subsidy you have ended. Increase the salaries of the civil servants. Let us see tangible, verifiable, and accountable issues that we can hold you responsible for. Not invisible sharing of money to invisible human beings that lead the poor people into more poverty and enrich the corrupt class in a more intransparent way. So please, I do not like hearing anything subsidy. It has become a nomenclature for corruption. So as you were saying, even the president at a time passed a vote of no confidence on the people that speak for him. He said they are not doing a great job, and they did not do a great job portraying even the little he did. And you know what? It was not just his spokesperson. Everything about him was a failure. And the failure is being transmitted to the next generation of the leaders he has imposed on us, which have become, even in a very short while, unmitigated disaster.
Okay, so what do you think the president,
A
the
strong
current
word for
president
that,
of
man.
the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
It's
though
a
I know
strong
that the
word.
party is contesting that,
Fiona is
What do
coming.
you think he should be doing in the coming weeks as your case has been wrapped up? You're expecting their case to be brought before the court and presented. But during that time, before you have the final answer, what would you like to see the president do to mitigate or to create a palliative of some sort for Nigerians who are struggling and some even dying as a result of the subsidy?
Now, I want to first of all say, you cannot dictate your way out of economic doldrums. You have to plan your way out of it. You have to produce your way out of it. You have to create your way out of it. You have to export your way out of it. Staying somewhere in France and backing on a private visit to London and staying there to dictate economic policies does not make it work. They recently said, oh, we are abolishing dual exchange rate, making it single. Oh yes, it ought not to have been there in the first place. But that is not what is going to show up the value of your currency. Now, the value of your currency is predicated on the amount of export you are able to do relative to your imports. So when you plan to produce in order to export, to have self-sufficiency, and then to export through creativity, not borrowing, your currency, automatically the value will go up.
Exactly.
So what I am saying is abolishing the dual exchange rate, as pleasant as it may sound, will not increase the value of your currency. I tell you something, stop importing fuel, repair the refineries with the money you say you are making now by not paying subsidy. Let us be net exporters of oil so that our foreign exchange will be preserved. When you do that, and that was why when we were campaigning, we said we were going to shift emphasis from consumption to production through a production-centered economy that will lead to agrarian revolution and export-oriented industrialization. When you export, your foreign exchange increases and it will show up the value of your currency. You don't dictate it out of existence. You plan, you organize, you direct, you control your economy to ensure that your currency becomes strong. And let me plead with him. Let him avoid using non-state actors to defile our Aso Rock and then come out to denigrate and disparage our military and police establishments. I am a lawyer to the army, and I take exception to anybody coming out publicly to say 99.9% of the military that they are thieves. I say this because I have defended some officers in the court martial, and some of them proceeded from there to go and die in the field fighting for us around the world. When you talk about army as an institution, what you do is to appreciate them for their sacrifices. And I use this opportunity to tell all the military men and paramilitary that are dying for us, we love you, we appreciate you. You are the best fighting force in Africa, and nobody can take that away from you. Now, the army are mere hands and legs. They are the striking force. They are not the head that determines what they do. It is preposterous. It is very, very ridiculous that you to blame the hands and the legs that are made striking force without blaming the head that gives the order to what they do. If I am moving my hands and legs, my brain is controlling me. The political class that are issuing the orders, which the army and the police and the paramilitary are obeying at the last order, should be blamed squarely. They are the 99% thieves, and our military, they are the best striking force in Africa. I take exception to allowing non-state actors to denigrate state actors. I use this opportunity to tell them, God bless you for what you're doing. May God protect our troops. And we appreciate you and we love you. And nobody can take it away from you. So this government should stop psychologically tormenting the established state institutions by non-state actors, sitting in Aso Rock with coat of arms on their head. And let me say this thing, and I say it humbly and respectfully. I am aware that some time ago, that these people were given a lot of money to protect our oil pipelines and ensure that bunkering stops. Is it not ridiculous that they are coming back to blame the army after taking huge money from the Federation?
Exactly.
The army is still
Asari Doku.
oil. No.
Asari Dokubo, you took a lot of money and you are still blaming our military.
Started coming. You don't tell the hands and the legs that you're blaming them when you cannot blame the head that is giving the order. This government should stop denigrating our army.
This is a propaganda.
To the army, I take exception.
It's a propaganda on the military.
Talking about
Mr. Okoko,
all the policies this government has done, as you can see.
Apologies, allow me to interrupt you
Proceed.
just for the sake of time. Still on that same vein about the policies that protect us and the bodies that are tasked to do so, I want to get your opinion on the appointment of certain individuals, especially the IGP, Egbetokun, and the work he's done so far. Specifically, the Special Intervention Squad of 40,000 trained elite officers that we're hearing will be injected into the force. I was speaking earlier about the role technology plays in safeguarding us. Right now, we've been talking about the hands and the legs. Of course, the brain is the one that operates all of it. But in terms of technology, what could be done in order to interject that third realm of force into our military and our police now that we have actual physical bodies being injected, especially in the areas of pipelines and bunkering and all the situations we have that have caused this subsidy to be such a thorn in our side?
Well, you know that change is inevitable in a society. If you do not adapt to change, you'll be swept away. We do no longer fight with horses. We do no longer fight with bayonets. We fight technological warfare. Advanced nations are even talking about forming robots to fight their wars. And we are still in analog. Does it not surprise you, or will it surprise you, that a regime and a party that promised to even digitalize the TV and failed? The TV we are watching, do you think they can bring about the technological revolution we need in the military that will manage our security? A regime that so denigrates the armed forces. We need technology. Part of the things we promised is technology-driven military force, where every Nigerian and from every side of Nigeria will be accommodated. I tell you something, the appointments of this regime, just like every other APC appointment, has been funnily very lopsided and very, very unacceptable. The North Central produced no service chief. Not chief of army staff, not chief of naval staff, not chief of air staff, not chief of defense staff, not custom chief, not DSS chief, not national security advisor. And I am saying that is not the spirit and intendment of the Federal Character Commission Act, which said whenever there are more than 6 positions to be shared, the whole 6 geopolitical zones must be represented. They are further continuing the marginalization of this region, North Central. Recall when they when they imposed the National Assembly leadership, which are 6 in number, that is as in 4 plus president and vice, North Central was still lacking. When other zones had 2, North Central had none. It has happened again in the service chiefs. We cannot continue like that. I heard about 22 appointments in terms of the whole service chiefs and all the security operators. North Central, none in the service chiefs. Southeast, I heard just about 1 out of 22. When by the law, they ought to have 3. At every zone, they have to have 3. Then whatever is the balance, he shares it equitably. I have not seen one thing that this government has done that I can applaud to have been done in accordance with empathy, in accordance with the law, in accordance with equity, justice and fairness. It does not just run in the veins of APC, and they cannot learn it in their old age. This party is a scourge, and they are continuing the unprecedented failure of the last regime, which APC leader described as rotten. To remember.
So this is another. Sorry, this is another failure. Let's hear from Rufai, RS TV. So we give you the woto they will give to the selecting president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So let's hear from him, because they say this man is parading with a convoy, 300 convoy, following this guy around Lagos. I don't know. This around Lagos. Lagos, where you say you are the owner, you are the landlord, and you are parading about 300 convoy. So let's hear from the RSTV. So let's laugh a little bit, This one is so funny. Okay, so we go.
There are no Nigerian-made cars in all of those convoys.
Oh, that's a good point.
Secondly, OG, on top of that, there are no Nigerian-made cars in all of those convoys.
You see those convoys?
So how do we grow our economy? When we don't have a lot of Nigerian-made cars in all those countries, we are making cars in Nigeria.
Tinubu don't collect water from Rufai for move.
I think that is it.
This is from a sports doctor who wrote, even Joe Biden of the United States doesn't move around with over 100 vehicles in his convoy. But let's keep hailing Jagaban,
Jagaban.
poverty capital of the world.
Jaga.
Like they own the world
Jaga
while their
Jigi.
citizens suffer untold hardship.
Jaga Jigi.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now in time.
When I saw the call, we have to state the fact.
They use in time anyhow.
Politics looks bad, and I'll tell you in two regards. Number one, so that's how much our government officials move around
Jaga.
with government funds.
With our
I
tax.
saw many SUVs there, and I was just calculating 45,000 naira to fill the tank of those SUVs. And you know how much we have to go out of government, but that price
Taxpayers'
too
money.
much. Taxpayers' money.
Taxpayers' money.
Secondly, OG on top of that, there are no Nigerian-made cars in all of those convoys.
Oh, that's a good point.
So how do we grow our economy? When we don't have a lot of Nigerian-made cars in all those countries, we are making cars in Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
Would you see the president of France drive another car from another country on his convoy? Will you see the president of Russia do the same? And these are part of the things we are saying. These guys should cut down on their costs. You see, because when poor men like us look, what we see is affluence.
Yes.
And just like you're rubbing it on our face. And secondly, that military, what is it called? Parade. I thought it was too much.
I had to ask.
He's been sworn in, Dr. Abati. They've done parade for him on swearing in day. If he comes to Lagos after swearing in, he should move home like other citizens. They should stop all these parades. It's too much. What is all
It's
of
too
this?
much.
Let's call a spade a spade. Things are hard. I keep saying, the sons
Now
of Issachar
paparazzi.
understood the times. Our politicians.
The man is doing
understand the
paparazzi.
times. Optics. You know what people will look at and say?
Absolutely.
So there was no need for all of that. Yeah, you can mount a small guy, but there was no need for all of that parade. To just come back, go home, and be thinking about this nation. And do it for a lot of people. I also hear that.
Now old school.
Because
Sorry. You don't get another intruder. This paparazzi. Yeah? Sorry guys, just give me a minute.
I also hear that because it's our neighbor, Mr. President, I also hear they've declared in body law, you know, that declaration goes there every year. Implications,
Okay,
people
what
are
is
getting.
declared in body law? What does that mean? There's a new residence in body law. Is that what you're talking about? What does it mean? Please?
When they say declare,
Yes.
it means that there's
Yeah.
RSVP. You know what RSVP means?
I know what RSVP means when you have an invitation on a card.
Oh, you don't get it.
Please help me out.
RSVP means rice and stew very plenty. That's what we are saying.
But I drove around Bodyland today. I saw the Shiwaji residence. Again, a lot of people out there.
And that's the
You know,
declaration
is that
I'm
what
saying.
you're
Yeah,
talking
that's what I
about?
say. I hear they has declared for people. It's good as it's reaching out to the poor, but
Okay.
we need to do more for the
Yes.
poor. So we have acknowledged his declaration. A lot of people have gone there. They've gone to do RSVP. Rice and stew very plenty.
Okay.
But we should do
Now, rice
more
and now.
for the
Rufai, the president has said that the future is promising, that we should have faith. I mean, over to you.
Perfect.
The truth is, the president definitely will always put out a message of hope out there, and we should be hopeful because despite things are sad for us now in our country, we should constantly be hopeful. But you know, the thing about hope is this. I think it was Francis Bacon that says, you know, hope can be a good breakfast, but it's a very terrible supper. And we should be careful about hope. We should be cautiously optimistic about hope. We should not just hope.
Exactly.
We should do things that will make things work for
should be
Nigerians.
careful. We should be
And not just
focused.
selling hope. We want to see
Because
results.
this is their hope.
If you want to say let's hope for a
can
better
end-
nation,
it can end
give
up
palliative to
hopeless.
people that are suffering. Not everybody can kill ram. Even if the small big men can kill ram and drive in convoys, or the smaller big men, using Dr. Abati's word, can kill ram and drive in convoys, does not mean us that are not even men at all, let alone big men or smaller big men,
Exactly.
can kill anything.
They've warned us about killing sick rams.
So, yeah, because of anthrax.
Yes.
So let's be careful as regards.
Love Ayo's beautiful analysis on all of this.
So he's president now.
Yes.
He's no longer just Jagaban or the Lion of Bodilon.
Exactly. Jagaban.
It's changed now. Didn't you hear?
Did you hear that? So,
But you see,
declarations will
you
not
see
suffice
behaving like a
anymore,
Jagaban.
Because what declarations
You know,
do
like,
impose
hey,
that
Baba, yeah, all right,
on
sir.
that leash of
Nonsense.
wanting to collect stipends at the expense
Nonsense.
of the national or national benefit. So he's no longer Lion or Bodilon. Please, let's stop that. But beyond that, Oji, we're asking that, what's the whole, people coming around. It's also the opportunity for people to lobby.
Yes.
If I talk about sycophants, a lot. The president has not yet announced his ministers. Of course, people would almost lie on the floor and ask or put their best quotes for him to work on, because at this point, people are also looking, hopefully, to get some favors or some inroad into his government. But yes, we must say, you know what, the truth has to be said. It's his first time back in the city of Lagos, the city that he talks about, having built, and the city that he has invested so much in.
A landlord.
Maybe it's the opportunity, since he loves the city of Lagos so much, and since the governor was there, was that one of the things you see when you see convoys is red flags for traffic.
Yes.
Traffic. And I say this because the traffic situation in Lagos in recent times, because of the state of the roads, is deplorable. We have to bring this to their attention, and hopefully give us the gift during this Salah period of good infrastructure
That's
in
a
the
good
city
point.
of Lagos, the city of aquatic splendor, and the city that has produced the Federal Republic, the president.
But there were so many stories here.
Very patriotic as a negotiator.
But can you really
What
blame
explain you?
Nigerians? There are so many stories. Even the fact that he didn't return right after, the summit. I mean, there's that picture of President Tinubu also. If you can pull up that picture of him and former President Muhammadu Buhari meeting in London. If you could recall, Dele Aleke had said that, he was going to return on Saturday, June 24th, after that Global Financial Pact Summit. And, we see that he had gone to visit the president there. So I guess that the former president is in London at this point. He can now go to London and stay as much as it. But again, there's another story that was trending recently. I am yet to confirm, because I sent a message to that Aminu Kano hospital.
Paris said the remote.
Secondly, Oji, on top of that.
Okay, guys, this is how we have it today. So tomorrow, join us together around the same time, Let's join together. So we make another headline, another flashing update. So we promise you that. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching our program. Yeah, continue watching and leave your comment and share. Share and like. That's only what we're asking you to do, and listen to our program attentively, and you will definitely grab some message. So we promise you that. So thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye. Thank you.